welcome. It's the weekend edition with Dr. Kingori.
Yeah.
This episode is about Kenyans.
Make sure you are feeling more than better than a routine check. Nothing to be alarmed about, baby. Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm on the inconvenience against the wall. And don't you look at me. She really thought I was going to freeze after the first shot. Don't be afraid, baby. For this time, I'm going so much.
That's how hard we try to look un-Kenyan. See, Kenyans are people who occupy a prime geographical region in Africa called Kenya. A place where they evidently work so hard to prove they're not proud of. We are north, the geographical location of Kenya, let me break this down for you. It's north of Tanzania, where their President Magufuli is doing a very good job. And actually, by the look of things, I'm afraid that very soon the only way we are going to be above Tanzania is on the map. On the east, we are also east of the man who wants to unseat Mugabe as the longest-serving president in Africa. That's President Museveni, aka President for Life. And actually, here's a president. He's a president with another president in jail. In jail, yes. And that's how, compared to Kenya, we are so democratic, considering we have another president roaming around in clubs and parties. We are south of Ethiopia. Yes, we are bordering Ethiopia from the south, the only country which gives Kenyan athletes a run for their money, literally, in the Olympics. It is my hope that by the end of this segment, we'll have known who Kenyans really are, you know, who we are for real, because it is not given that because you are born in Kenya, or it's not obvious or automatic that since you stay in Kenya, you are a Kenyan. No. The fact that you can recite all the 3 national anthem verses doesn't mean you are a Kenyan. Calligraph can do that too. Oh no, wait, Calligraph is a Kenyan. Let me get a better example. When you wear a jersey of a team, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are a fan of the team. You probably are just making fun of them. See, it also doesn't mean that after all the enormous work done, or all the enormous work, everything that goes into producing a newspaper still doesn't guarantee that everyone who buys the newspaper buys them for reading purposes.
More than 200,000 copies of the Daily Nation are produced every day. 4 editions are printed to cater for Kenyans across the country.
Yes. Chapter 3, Article 14 of our Constitution stipulates that one can be a citizen in 2 ways. By birth, where a person's father or mother is a citizen, even if the person is not born in Kenya, except for Lupita Nyong'o's case. You see, Lupita Nyong'o was born in Mexico, but both her parents are Kenyan. So I would say Lupita is a Kenyan by Oscars. And here is where I have to clarify. It's born, kuzaliwa, not born again. So if you are a foreigner and you are born again in Kenya, you're not covered by this clause. You're just covered by the powerful blood of Jesus Christ. One can also be a citizen by birth. Pigwa bafu. You know, you come as a tourist for your sabbatical, then you are conned out of all your money, then this happens. Now this means your circumstances have forced you to be a Kenyan. You are Kenyan by birth. Umeoshwa ukakwama huku. The second way is citizen by registration, whereby a person can register to be a Kenyan if they have stayed in the country for a period of at least 7 years, or if you are married to a Kenyan for 7 years. But anyway, imagine being married to a Kenyan for 7 years just to qualify to be a Kenyan. Come at dating in a relationship that people last for 7 days, 7 years, just to prove that you are Kenyan. Actually, I trust that you recall the drama between Akinyi and Chinedu. Imagine that for 7 years. Yes. And there's also one that I can't leave out. We do have relationship issues, but can you imagine it's worse? Someone once spiked her husband's food with semen. Really, ladies. Hata kama ni kujenga mwili. There are many other ways to be Kenyan. There are many, very, very many ways. I'm Kenyan by association. When the president comes out and says, "Wakenya wenzangu," there are many ways to be a Kenyan citizen. There are very many ways to be a Kenyan citizen. But what's important to note here is just how rigorous it is being a citizen of Kenya for non-Kenyans. The qualifications are endless. And that's what it takes, and much more, for a non-Kenyan to be a Kenyan citizen. For Kenyans, all it takes to be a Kenyan is for granted. Most Kenyans might have all the qualifications, but not the qualities needed. Qualities, when I talk qualities, I mean our values as Kenyans. You know, integrity, social justice, patriotism, and good leadership. The list can go on. But as Kenyans, we don't have the values in us, but with us, as in form of structures. You know, integrity house instead of integrity. Social media instead of social justice. We even have Maendeleo House. I think that's why they call us a developing country. The real identification of a Kenyan in the society is a total contradiction of our values in the Constitution. We have our very own way of identifying ourselves as Kenyans. For example, we are known for minding our own business, but sometimes we take that minding of our own business a little too far. Okay, it's quite possible that you missed Man in Black busy on his phone. Check this out. That's the SI unit ya kujipa shughuli. You know, the only thing he missed as he walked away majestically, calmly, is maybe a milkshake in his hand, a walking stick, and Beats by Dre headphones. But he did it. He did the best he could. At least he saved the guy in his phone gallery. It's very easy. It's very easy to identify a Kenyan. Yes. Yes. It's very easy to identify a Kenyan anywhere just by our peculiar habits. We are masters of double standards. For example, there's nothing as annoying, I know this you can relate to, as someone cutting you off in traffic or matatus overlapping. But it's fun when you are in the matatu. It's fun. Warnings of don't pee here on walls everywhere. Actually, statistics are that 70% of men who pee on walls in Kenya just do so out of curiosity, just to see what happens. Yani, mtu hawezi pita ukuta aache hivyo. Apita ukuta anaangalia ukuta, hii ukuta nitaifanyia nini? Yes. And the bottom line is Kenyans must decide whether they want to remain in Kenya simply because they were born in Kenya and therefore have no choice but to be Kenyan, or because they share in the Kenyan values, that is peace, love, and unity. From the look of things, food has proved to be what brings us together as a people. The peace, the love, the unity that is crucial to this country should not be dependent on a luncheon. If that must be the case, and that's a very big if, then I see us creating a kitty and calling it the Okoa Punguza Pesa Machina, or IBC must go, we must use constitutional means kitty. And here's my contribution. Next lunch is on me. Someone needs to get this to State House. It's funny how we are always divided until the next disaster. Like, we were united when Jimmy Gate did a cover rendition of Adele's Hello. We are not one now. We're not one. We most surely will unite again when Jimmy Gate does a cover song of Rihanna's hit song Work. Mungu wangu ana work, 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 Make it. Moving on. All those who want to be citizens, you're welcome. But for the Kenyans who are un-Kenyan, the borders are wide open. You know, the hate mongers, the inciters, the thieves, and all those who are not ready to live by our values.
Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Get out of here right now.
Thank you very much. That's it for the weekend edition. My name is Dr. Kingori. See you next week.